The Black Templars, the zealous successors of the Imperial Fists, are renowned for their unyielding faith in the Emperor and their uncompromising crusades against the enemies of mankind. Central to their creed is a deep-seated distrust, bordering on outright hatred, of Psykers. To the Black Templars, Psykers are not just a liability, they are a threat to the purity and survival of humanity itself. This animosity is woven into the very fabric of their chapter's beliefs. The Templars see Psykers as a dangerous conduit to the warp, a realm teeming with demonic entities eager to exploit any opportunity to corrupt or destroy. Unlike other chapters of the Adeptus Astartes, who grudgingly tolerate the presence of librarians as necessary tools, the Black Templars completely reject the use of Psykers within their ranks. The Templars' hatred of Psykers is not without cause. It stems from both the doctrines of the Imperial Creed and the hard-learned lessons of countless crusades. Psykers, by their very nature, draw upon the power of the warp to perform their abilities. Even the most disciplined Psykers risk attracting the attention of demons or being overwhelmed by the very energies they seek to control. History serves as a grim reminder of the devastation that Psykers can unleash. For the Black Templars, these events are more than ancient history. They are cautionary tales that reinforce their conviction that Psykers must be eradicated wherever they are found. This unwavering hatred often devolves into superstition during times of unrest. Taking no chances, the Black Templars are even willing to execute loyal Imperial allies if they believe such actions might validate their convictions. As seen in Broken Crusade, when a warp storm batters the Black Templar ship, the Dauntless honor. "Speak," I order Shipmaster Cartry on our private Vox channel. My mortal helmsman's reply is delayed, then tense when it arrives. "Transient turmoil with the currents of the Empyrean, my lord. Lord Navigator Nendayu's attendants assure me we will be through the worst of it within moments." I feel the uncertainty within his words as the vessel quivers again. The scent of copper strikes me, and the taste of blood covers my tongue. A pit forms in my chest as I recognize the flavor, unique among all the evils in this galaxy. "Brother Chaplain Dant, with me," I order. "The rest of you see to the ship." I approach the Dauntless Honor's chancel with my blade already drawn. Brother Chaplain Dant's Crozius hangs loosely at his side. Penitence hums softly in my grasp, the relic sword a comfortable companion after more than 2 centuries in my hands. I appreciate its familiarity now. The Dauntless Honor twists in the warp, the deck beneath my feet shifting suddenly. Maglocks upon my boots hold me in place, but with the movement comes a flickering disquiet. Gooseflesh rises at the base of my neck. Acid coats the back of my throat. The sensation passes within a heartbeat, but even that is far too long. A warning rune flashes at the edge of my vision. I dismiss it and open a private Vox channel. Brother Barnard, the Tech Marine, knows my question before I ask it. Educated both in the sacred catechisms of my chapter and the obscure mysteries of the cult Mechanicus, he is my window into the machine spirit of my ancient vessel. A brief deterioration in the performance of our Geller field generators, Brother Castellan, several seconds in length without a full failure. He need not elaborate. If the energy field that shields this void craft from the profane energies of the warp were to fail completely, even for a moment, all aboard would know without being told. A small blessing, I reply, closing the channel. At my side, Brother Chaplain Dant steps towards the chancel's entry. His eyes are hidden behind the grim, skull-faced visage crafted into the helm worn by all my brothers who bear his rank, but even so, I know the expression they contain. "Is this wise?" I ask, setting my hand against the small, ornate door. Its ancient plasteel panels are carved with the relief of a single eye, open and wreathed in flame. Even through the ceramite of my gauntlets, I feel an unnatural cold behind its barrier. "No, Castellan," Dant replies, "but I agree that it is necessary. I require neither the chaplain's approval nor his assurance, but his support bolsters me nonetheless. Together we step into the abode of the astropaths that belong to my ship before we are swallowed by a darkness too deep for even my oculobe to fully overcome. The vaulted chamber before me appears in blurred layers of muted grey, a single hall partitioned by ornately carved half-walls into a labyrinthine complex of cells and corridors. That the astropaths of the Dauntless Honor's choir are blind is no secret. That they require their servants and acolytes to dwell in darkness alongside them is not something I had known until this moment. In more than a decade as the Dauntless honors Castellan, I have never before sullied myself by entering these chambers. Abhor the witch, destroy the witch, I mutter into the shadows. Darkness harbors darkness. It is good we came here first. They may carry the taint of Psyker within them, Brother Castellan, but they have gazed upon the face of the God Emperor himself. Despite his words, a dim glow crackles in the darkness as the chaplain ignites the power field around his Crozius Arcanum. Still no response to your Vox missives? Dant shakes his head. And no word at all from the chancel to the command cathedrum since the moment the storm first struck us. A growing unease settles into my chest as we venture on. The vessel shivers again and I taste metal on my tongue. Shipmaster Katri assures me that this storm will pass, but there are some perils that I cannot tolerate. Even soul-bound to the God Emperor as they are, the astropaths within this chamber are a conduit to the ruinous powers, beacons within the unclean Empyrean to forces that we have sworn to fight. I fear that we have arrived too late. Overhead, hoarfrost coats the carved joists that support the chamber's soaring ceiling. The scent of blood lingers on the damp air, a slight breeze in a chamber that should be utterly still. Adepts, I call, tiring of the silence. My voice fills the hollow, vaulted space. The ship shivers again and the temperature plummets. Dant's breath emerges from his helm in thick gouts of fog. Only silence meets us. I tighten my grip on Penitence's hilt. Brother Chaplain Dant kneels beside a row of dim statues, grey stone carved in the memory of twisted, gaunt practitioners of the psionic arts. It is blasphemy, brother. I subvocalize, to feel the taint of the warp within this holy vessel. This is the price of our tolerance, to allow the sin of the Psyker within our midst. It is good that we came. The chaplain replies, whatever awaits us. Despite his temperance, I feel righteous indignation blinding me. We suffer no Psykers within our brotherhood for a reason. Other chapters may consider that a weakness, but we know it to be our strength. Other chapters are not the God Emperor's crusaders. Other chapters are not the sons of dawn. Rows of frost-laden sculptures stare down at us as we tread towards the center of the room. Here, the air is almost unbearably cold. Another rune flashes within my helm as the Dauntless honors Gellerfield shivers again. Whispered voices reach my ears. A trick of my mind, I fear, until I see the two figures kneeling beside the altar at the center of the room. Adepts, I call. Neither figure acknowledges me. The hooded robes of the choir's twin astropaths are caked in ice atop their shaved heads. The thin, languishing mortals shiver where they kneel, skeletal hands clasped together beneath whispering lips, the ramblings of madmen, the blasphemy of the possessed. My lineman's ear filters out the sound of my footfalls and breath, but even focused, I struggle to make out their speech until I stand only feet from the Psykers. Not blasphemy, Brother Castellan! Dant rebukes me. A prayer. I pause. Adepts! The chaplain calls to the mortals. He kneels beside them and rests his Crozius upon their altar. Finally, both of the Psykers look up. The twins meet my gaze, the resemblance in their features undeniable. My lord, they speak in unison, their voices heavy and slow as if woken from a dream. From the corners of their pale clouded eyes, thin tears of blood drip onto the floor. My disquiet deepens. Where are your acolytes? I demand. Gone, hiding. We have sent them away. A small blessing. The two Psykers cringe as the vessel shakes again. The urge to vomit rises within me. I have been conditioned from youth to defy the obscene forces that assault this room. I carry no gene weakness for the madness that calls from outside the hull. That the two astropaths have kept their minds despite the flaw they bear is a credit to them both. And yet it is clear their wills cannot hold any longer. You know why we are here, do you not? I ask them. The astropaths gaze past me, distracted for a moment by something only they can hear. Yes, they reply in unison. There is fear in their voices, but they mask it well. Both mutants turn towards me and lower their hoods. You honor yourselves with your courage, Dant tells them, madam. May the God Emperor's light watch over your souls. Penitence flashes in the darkness. Their whispering ceases. Through the perspective of this Black Templar, we gain a striking insight into the deep-seated disdain the chapter harbors for Psykers. Their contempt is absolute, leaving no room for empathy, even in light of the immense pressures faced by sanctioned psychers such as astropaths. These individuals must constantly battle the corrupting influence of the warp while performing their vital duties to the Imperium. Yet, to the Black Templars, such struggles hold no weight. The mere existence of Psykers is seen as an affront to the Emperor's will. This uncompromising view, while rooted in their fervent faith, highlights the brutal reality of a galaxy where survival often demands unyielding conviction over compassion.